A thing of beauty is a joy forever, so they say, and I hope that someone's going to think this is a thing of beauty and going to be a joy forever. Where do we start? Well, I think what we start with is probably the most sought after ukulele in the whole world, and that's a Martin 5K. Very prestigious, very expensive. 5 is for the degree of ornamentation, K is for the fact that it's made of koa wood. And that's exactly what we've got here. Well, not exactly. What it is a facsimile of a 5K. Perhaps more accurate to say it's an approximation, because about 90% of it is a very good copy, and then there's about 10% of it which is what you could say a specific modification. Anyway, let's get down to cases. It's made of koa wood, and I know that koa wood in this, especially in this fading light, is gonna be very red effect in. I'm trying to get a good. I'm failing because of the reflection. However, it should, in reality, it has rather a yellowy cast. Are we getting there? We're getting there, sort of. There we are. There, you can see the deep streaky effect. The koa wood is a kind of a cross between mahogany and maple. Maple gives it the flower or curl in it. And I'll perhaps show you that if I show you the back. See if I can get a good shot of the back. I might have to reshoot this if I can't. Earlier in the day. There we have it. We've got the longitudinal streaks, and there you've got the cross grain of the flower, or the curl as it's called. And that's atypical of koa wood. You can't see it so much on the front. What you can see in this light, this faltering light, is the wonderful thing that makes a 5K, which is the abalone pearl purfling all around the top, full length of the top. As you see, it's has a multitude of hues there, from dark green through all the shades of green to pink at some point, yellow at some points, pink at others. And it's got a nice, beautiful rosette as well, which I think we've got a good, decent close-up there. You can see the pinks as well as the greens. And that also is repeated on the back. And while we're talking about the back, it's very nicely carved. It's got a slight curvature to it. I don't know if you can see that. If you take the purfling as being a straight line, you can perhaps see the curvature of the back. Anyway, it's one of the things that puts it a cut above the average. The fretboard is made of rosewood, as is the bridge, and has a little rosewood heel cap on it. The neck is mahogany, which is quite common for a koa wood instrument, and the fascia of the peg head is also koa wood, and the crowning glory is this lovely, again the light is reflecting badly, this beautiful abalone torch type decoration on the fascia. While we're in this neck of the woods, we'll look at the tuning pegs, which are gold plated non-slip pegs with ivory coloured buttons, and they seem to work okay. I've just put a new set of Aquillas on, and they've settled down quite quickly and nicely. The rosewood fretboard has, by comparison, relatively plain mother of pearl markings, cat's eyes and notched diamonds, a nice little snowflake at the 3rd fret, and on the driver's side of the fretboard, I'll turn it round, if you're right-handed that is, we have some little abalone dot fret markings echoing those on the front. And this is, of course, a little bit of one-upmanship, because if you hold a ukulele correctly, you can't see the fingerboard. But you can see the side, so that tells you what fret you're at. A little bit of one-upmanship there. It's also, every edge is bound with this nice ivory coloured plastic. I say ivory coloured because it's not exactly ivoryed with grain in it, but just look at that end block joint there for precision engineering. This guy who made this knew his lutherie, and of course we don't know who made it, so that's why it's listed as a John Doe. We don't know who made it, but whoever made it, I think it was commissioned for somebody with plenty of money to get this commissioned, and also because he maybe wanted a 5K, but a Martin is usually quite, what shall we say, finely made, and this has quite a wide fretboard at the nut end, and also fairly deep neck. It's quite chunky compared to a Martin. How can I say this with some authority? Well, once upon a time I did own a 5K, and I let it go. Somebody made me an offer I couldn't refuse for a Vega Vox 5-string banjo. That's another story. Why did I let it go though? Right. Well, to describe this instrument, warts and all, it has to be said, although it looks magnificent, it doesn't really sound that good. It certainly doesn't sound 5K's worth. It's okay. It's fine. If you want to sit at home and play a beautiful instrument and entertain yourself, it's fine. But a professional wants something that delivers a bit more acoustically, even if he's going to use a microphone. So I was spoilt early on, you see. Quite early on I managed to get a 3K, a Martin 3K, which doesn't have this kind of purfling, fairly plain Jane in retrospect. But it was very clear toned and quite loud, and it did the business. So in comparison, the 5K, the best way I could describe it was it sounded subdued, and this sounds the same way. It doesn't deliver what you think it would. And why? It begs the question why. Well, the conclusion I came to was the very thing that makes it beautiful is the thing that is subduing the sound. In other words, to put this purfling in, they have to cut out a little channel of wood round the back and the front. And of course it's the wood that gives it its tone. And then they're putting something in which is pearl is inert. So they're putting in something that is actually subduing the tone. So it's a double whammy really. It looks beautiful, but the beauty is the thing that takes away some of the sound. So whoever buys this, I hope somebody does buy it and appreciates the workmanship and appreciates the beauty, but really doesn't need to make a statement musically, because at the end of the day it's just an ordinary ukulele, but that is reflected in the price. You know, it's a fraction of a 5K cost, so there you go. Let's finish off. Let's just let you hear what it sounds like with something that is and relatively important to its value, and that is the song that I think is the seminal moment when this second wave of ukulele popularity took off. Poor old George Harrison died, passed away. He was a very keen ukulele player, as those in the know. And at his memorial concert, Joe Brown picked up his ukulele, played this song, and all of a sudden I had the stunning realization that it was okay to play the ukulele in public again. In fact, it was quite cool. We didn't have to stay in the closet and entertain ourselves. So here's that little song. Let's hope I can do it justice. It's called I'll See You in My Dreams. days are long, twilight sings a song for the happiness that used to be. Soon my eyes will close, soon I'll find repose, and in dreams you're always close to me. I'll save you in my dreams, hold you in my dreams. Someone stole you out of my arms, still I feel the thrill of your charms, lips that once were mine, tender eyes that shine.